Hey Kyle, Danny Everman with the Mercury News. Could you just take us through your process with how you want to approach this offseason in terms of finding a new team?
Yeah, just obviously first taking the first few steps, like getting to know everybody here, building that relationship, building that chemistry, and then just on my end, just getting prepared. Super excited to be healthy this off season, and get to work on my game, get stronger, get in better shape, and really just get prepared for a tough 82 game season.
What about the Warriors was attractive to you?
Yeah, the tradition has been here, the style of play. It looks like Coach Kurlitz's guys play with a lot of freedom, a lot of high IQ basketball over here, and I just always admired it from a distance, obviously, except when I was playing against them. But it's just they've always done things the right way here, so I think it was a pretty easy call for me.
Bonnie Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area. What's up, Kyle?
How you doing?
If somebody's never seen you play at all, how would you describe your game?
It depends, like, what kind of fan is watching. I think I'm a pretty unselfish player, really. Kind of like a pass-first guy, get my teammates involved, really good at seeing the floor. I think I compete on the defensive end. I try my best. I think I'm a pretty good rebounder, a guy who can, get a rebound, start the break, hit ahead or make a play in the front court. Just different things like that, really.
You, for a guy your size, you handle the ball pretty well, make pretty well. Where'd those skills come from, the playmaking and the ball handling?
Yeah, my father just really raised me to be a point guard, really. He always had me watching point guards. I grew up watching Jason Kidd play for the Nets in New Jersey. He really raised me to be a point guard. Then I just happened to grow to be 6'8", and was able to keep my guard skills, my ball handling skills, my ability to pass the ball. So, that just always stayed with me. That just kind of, is who I am as a player.
Kyle, Scott Ostler, San Francisco Chronicle. How are you? When these guys started out their big run, what they did was unique. It was different, and they kind of took the league by surprise. And then over the years, other teams have kind of caught up, and they've kind of copied a lot of what they're doing. Is this team, their style of offense, for instance, is it still unique? Is there a specialist to what the Warriors do?
Yeah, definitely. They play really fast. They're really unselfish. They played the game the right way, even on, their spectacular run from 2015 to 22. The game was always played the right way. It wasn't a whole lot of ISO ball. Obviously, Steph and Clay were, probably the best shooters we've ever seen. So, they would take, a few crazy shots here and there that would happen to go in a lot. But the game was always played the right way. They played hard on defense, and then they moved the ball so well. They were, everybody was selfless, and they put the team first, and you could see that. So, that was something special.
Hi, Kyle. Kendra Andrews, ESPN. You talked about admiring this team from afar when you weren't playing them a couple years ago. You guys had a pretty big playoff series against each other. What do you remember about trying to combat what this team would do?
Yeah, just you kind of had to outsmart them always. It's tough to go out there and beat them, just with all the talent and the chemistry and the cohesiveness they had. But just taking a route of they're not going to beat themselves. They're a super disciplined team, well coached. So kind of had to figure a way to match their level of smarts and IQ out there. And I think that was the best way to have success against them. But yeah, it was just always a team that wasn't going to beat themselves. When that fourth quarter comes on, they're going to make some big plays on both ends. And, they just knew how to win. I think that there was a playoff game in that series. It was like game 4 where we were up 97% of the game, and they come back and win in the last minute and a half. And, that still haunts me.
What did you learn, maybe either about yourself or just some of the fortitude and grit this past season with your run with the Timberwolves to the conference finals and just to carry it forward here now?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a very special run. We were a really deep team. We were really tight. It's very similar to, I feel, what I'm walking into over here. I think the chemistry we built the year before, even the ups and downs. You see the incident with me and Rudy, but that kind of made us grow stronger as a team, and obviously me and Rudy's relationship. So I feel like I'm coming into something similar over here, where the cohesiveness is there. Guys, are super smart, like I've been saying. They've played together for a while, so I think I'm able to come in and fit right in with that.
One of Steve Kerr's influences is Greg Popovich, and you spent 4 years with Pop. Do you see any similarities in the principles of the game or anything like that? And just what did you take from San Antonio their time there?
Yeah, I definitely see it with Coach Kerr. Sometimes in his coaching styles, he's really good at ATOs, and when to draw up a good ATO. Was Coach Pop's strength. Also in-game adjustments. Coach Pop was really good at that. You see Coach Kerr also being good at that. Also preparation. With Coach Pop, it was a lot to remember, coverage-wise. You got to be dialed in, but he gives that responsibility he brings in guys who are smart enough to handle that responsibility, and I feel like that's why I'm here now. I think my IQ is up there. IQ is up there to be able to compete at that type of level, and remember different coverages and things like that. Be able to handle things on the fly, learn things on the fly.
Are you able to get a feel for what this team can do, or do you need to get to training camp and get an idea?
Yeah, I don't want to. I hate thinking ahead on what we're gonna do, or we got to do this. We got it's really good to go into training camp with an open mind, with a fresh start. Just ready to get to work, ready to learn, ready to get on the same page with everybody, and go from there. Expectations kind of don't really work out in your favor when you're so hell bent on expecting something. We got to get to the play. We got to get. Nah, it's just let's go into training camp ready to work, and we go from there.
Now, there's a lot of talk around here about the Steph Curry window. In fact, some people would even say that's one of the reasons you're here, is to maximize that. Do you think about that at all? Is that a consideration, or what does that mean to you?
No, respectfully, I don't think about that stuff. Steph is obviously one of the best players in our league, and I'm super excited to get the opportunity to play with him. But he's going to be at training camp, ready to go, hopefully, and so everyone else. So I don't really think ahead of like that. It's that's for you guys to think and talk about.
RC Davis, Warriors Radio. To piggyback off what Monty said, Greg Popovich once said, "You're one of those players you can plug in 1 through 5." Is it that kind of versatility that has made you such a wanted player over the years?
I think so. Just being able to play different positions, guard different positions, play different roles. I think I've pretty much done it all in this league from a role standpoint. So I think that's, like I said, I was raised to be a point guard. I happen to be 6'9", so that's been a luxury for me, being able to play different positions. I just like being out there on the floor. So whatever I got to do to get out there is what I'm going to do.
We all know your nickname. However, it seems that you have a pretty good way of getting where you need to get to when you need to get there. How do you explain your ability to kind of navigate the floor like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm moving fast out there sometimes, but you look at the tape and I'm like, or you watch guys like Nikola or Luka, and you're like, am I moving like that? And my teammates are like, you're moving slower, and I'm like, it's just part of my style of play, really. I think it's kind of deceptive. I think change of speeds are a part of my game. Being a little crafty, things like that. I don't know. It's always worked for me. I was always told it wouldn't work, and it's been working, so we go with it.
Let's do one more, and I got to get him.
You mentioned the incident with Rudy.
Mhm.
What are some ways that you two were able to repair things after that?
I mean, just talk. We went to dinner the next day, or we got home that night. He called me on the phone. We spoke about it like grown men. We hashed things out. It was over. It was over within 15 minutes, of the phone call. So we get along, and we got along before that. That happens more than people think or know. Ours just happened to be out there in the game. We kind of both embarrassed ourselves, and it kind of blew up. But that happens all over the league. It is what it is. We're able to hatch it out like grown men and move on. That's we're super tight to this day.
Great. We'll hand him his jersey here for a quick photo op. Question: do you have still not that number 23 T-shirt? Was that When you were a kid, was
Oh,
that Jason
I s-
Richardson or was that or Jason
Yeah.
Richardson or Mitch Richardson?
That was Jay Rich for sure. Yeah, I still got
I
it
saw
too.
that, like, is that Jay Rich? Okay.
I still got it too.
Stand on, like, on this side, we'll do the back
On this
first.
side?
Yeah, like, right rest, we got the banner, a clear look at it.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit further.
In the light, coach me through it.
Sorry.
Thank you.
And then flip it around, maybe, just gonna see the Anderson on the back.
That would help. Last one. Thank you.
Perfect.